Hey everyone, welcome! If you are just catching me on replay, I will see you this next Thursday, because August I am doing 2 lives a week. This is actually our last week, technically, of August. I know it's next week, but basically next week is just going to be the member-only lives, and then we're already into September. This is like the last week of double lives. So you guys probably won't even see me on next week. So jump on this Thursday night. That'll be my last August fun that we are having on live. So hope to see you guys there. This week's video is also going to be a pick a card reading. Didn't anticipate putting up one so soon. I wanted to get up another video first, but it just had scheduling issues with my husband, because the video that I wanted to get up was of my me interviewing my husband, but we're going to film that this week. So you'll see that one in like 3 weeks. Hi, Pinky. I'm good. How are you? And then, subscribe so that you can see when I'm going to jump on live. If you hit that notification bell, it will remind you when I'm live. Also, whenever my videos go public on Fridays, I'm usually in the chat room talking with you guys, so that if you have any questions about whatever's going on in the video or just me in general, you can ask me. And I totally forgot to set my timer, so I'm going to do that really quick. So I set a timer at the beginning of our live nights as just a random number. I'm going to set it for a long time from now. Random number. My timer's going, and when that timer goes off, whoever is a member, all member levels, will possibly get a free reading. It's whoever comments closest to that. Hey everyone, welcome. Hey Aaron. By the way, you guys, and I'm so glad Aaron popped in here, because I would have forgotten to say something. New podcast on Aaron's channel, not my podcast. If you guys watch my podcast right now, it's literally just like my YouTube videos re-uploaded. I want to give my podcast some love one day, but for now, it's just kind of there waiting. But Erin actually interviewed me on her channel, and it's going to be up this Friday. So the same day as when my video comes out. And her channel is Erin's Spiritual Cafe, and I will link it down in the comments when this video is all wrapped up. I'll also share it on Instagram and Facebook and all of that. So if you're following me, you should be able to see it. So we had a nice long conversation about all sorts of things. It was a ton of fun. So thank you, Erin, and thank you for jumping in here, or else I would have totally forgotten to talk about it. I'm all over the place. I had a very busy week last week. I did an event in person last Saturday, did some animal communication readings at a local dog bakery here in Denver. That was a ton of fun. But yeah, hi Lori, hi Johnny, hi Mama Odie, hey Shanna. I feel like I have to call out everyone's names. Yay, hi Lori, or Laura, sorry. We have too many Laura and Loris. It's kind of funny. It's interesting how many of us there are. But yeah, just quick announcement for those of you who are in the member only live tier or the member only video tier. Next Tuesday, so a week from tonight, is going to be our member only live night. So set a reminder. Make sure even if you set a reminder on YouTube, if your YouTube notifications aren't on, it probably won't remind you. So have some way of remembering. Stop and do that now if you need to, because I don't want you guys to miss it. I had yesterday off work and forgot today was Tuesday. Oh, nice. That's always a nice surprise, huh? What did the animals say? They said a ton. It was really awesome to talk to them all. My nickname is Lolly. I'll try to remember. The more and more people we get, the more I'm like, ah! But yeah, so member only live. For the rest of you, also, if you are not in that membership, you probably won't see a video. But again, this Thursday, I will be doing my last kind of like August lives. So we did 2 lives a week for the month of August. September will go back to normal. October, we're going to have all sorts of fun Halloween, spooky related videos. And November, we're probably going to be jumping into the Clairs a little bit more on my, just a little sneak peek of what's to come. And then This Friday is going to be a pick a card reading on what is blocking your psychic ability. So it's going to be all about psychic blocks. That's going to be this week's video. Tonight, sort of the theme of what I was picking up, and this was kind of like leftover from full moon that we had this last weekend. By the way, how did your guys' full moons go? I'm really curious if you did anything, like if you feel like you released anything. We talked about that last Thursday. I totally screwed up, and I thought the full moon was Sunday night, and it was like Saturday night at like midnight that I realized, oh, it's tonight. And so I didn't do a ritual, and I was like, ah. And I have kind of been feeling that way the last couple of days of like, oh, I'm off track. I'm not moving forward. I'm not doing the things that I should be doing. And the message that I got today from another reader that seems to just be stuck with me all day today is that it is okay to have an off day spiritually. And I think the thing is like sometimes with this work, you know, it's where you're supposed to be 100% on 100% of the time. And if you're not in your alignment, if you're not on your path all the time, then you're doing something wrong. And I think that can kind of get into our heads because we have these periods in life where things just are stuck, things aren't working, life is being put on pause for whatever reason. And because of that, we like beat ourselves up. And then we feel like, oh, okay, I have to wait until next full moon before I can fully release this. And I really want us to get in a mindset of like, no, we can reset the energy. We can reset anything that happens in life pretty quickly. I don't know about my internet tonight. It's already lagging on me. If I disappear again, I will jump back on. I'm a little nervous right now. I'm in slow motion. I was having issues earlier, but I figured it out. It's unfortunately my Wi-Fi extender. That all exited my brain after the live. I feel like that was me too. I released the anxiety I was carrying for the new position that I just got. 3 days before. Yes, Mama Odie, I heard that today. So the full moon technically, it's not just like that night. I heard that today. It's 3 days before the day of and then 3 days after. So technically, aren't we still in that energy just a little bit? But yeah, so basically the sign that I've been getting from our guides is like, hey, it's okay if you get run off course. Like, don't beat yourself up. You know, you don't have to be spiritually perfect every single day. And I think I've been doing that too. And like, I think we just need to get into our heads of like, oh, I can hit the reset button energetically, emotionally at any time. Oh, interesting, Laura. So what I'm doing now for our general readings for everybody, so these will always be at the top of our live videos. So if you ever missed the night, you can still come back and listen to these readings and they still should be valid. So I'm doing pick a cards though, just to make it hopefully a little bit more specific. So I pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can't see them, but I pulled 3 cards for each. I also have my astro dice, and I'm going to do a little bit of book divination. So this is the message for everybody. Pick a card pile that you're feeling drawn to, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this is just, I sort of said, hey, kind of keep it open, whatever each group needs to know. But I think it's going to be somewhat similar to this kind of message of it's okay to have an off day. But I'm feeling like some of these might be totally random and have information that is more important. So let's start with pile number 1. Okay. So pile number 1, I have a very small table here, and there's a lot of cards out. So pile number 1, I got Heal the Ouch. I got Seedlings. And then 5 of Swords. Actually, I love this. I love pile number 1. So kind of in alignment with some of the, if you're feeling like you're having issues letting go or just getting back on track and you're just like beating yourself up of like, oh, I need to like let things go, or I need to manifest, or I need to do X, Y, Z. How you guys can sort of get over this healing the ouch is, I really see it as looking at our shadow self, like looking at the areas that you feel stuck and healing those. So, maybe there's stress in your life that's actually stemming from something deeper. So really sitting down and doing the inner work, because right now I feel like your guys' energy is just, you're planting the seeds for the next phase of your life. Sometimes we're in other phases of our life. We're, harvesting whatever we've put out. We're, in a time of, I'm trying to think of like winter, hibernation. But for you guys, I feel like you're getting ahead of yourself and you're getting thrown off because you're feeling like, oh, I need to be further in my path. But right now you are planting the seeds, and that's totally okay. Like, you don't have to do much else than this. And why I love this card, Five of Swords in reverse, this is basically saying like you just came through a lot. You guys have come through a lot recently. I feel like this is the last couple months for you guys, and things have been stressful, and you guys have been trying, and like I feel like crap keeps hitting the fan, and it's like not your fault, but things have just been really challenging lately. And this is just a sign when it's in reverse. This is a sign that it's coming to a close. This kind of chapter of everything being so hard and so stressful. You see this Egyptian woman, she's like mourning. It's definitely a phase coming to an end, and you're planting the seeds for what's happening next. So don't beat yourself up for not being further. This is where you're at in the current moment. And anything you can do to heal what's not helping you, really putting in the hard work. I really associate raccoons with like hard work. Then I think you guys are going to feel like you're more in alignment again. All right, so that was pile number 1. Pile number 2, education in reverse. We have hearts, and we have the 9 of coins. Okay. Hi, Michael. All right. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted by the comments. So pile number 2, what is kind of making you feel like you're thrown off your path? And I really want us to like let go of the idea of a path tonight, because being thrown off of it is part of your path. Like, you're learning things. And I feel like that's kind of what pile 2 is having an issue with. It's like not learning from the past. And this hearts card, I feel like it's sort of, I feel like it has a few parts to it. I feel like mostly it's like I'm getting drawn to the broken heart, and it's about like being sad for what is no longer in your life anymore. Maybe it's relationships, maybe it's a job, but like your heart is broken over something that has happened in the past. And there's not a whole lot of learning. Maybe there's a lot of, victim mentality of, oh, this happened to me, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have any control. I'm just getting, it's so interesting to do general readings for so many people, because I feel like my guys visually like put things in different areas of my mind, and they're like, this is for part of group 2, this is for another part of group 2, and I'm trying to like realize, piece them together, and figure out who's or what's for who. For some of you guys, the education piece, especially with the 3rd card that I pulled, this is about like you need more education to get to the next step. Like, maybe you feel like you're stuck and you're going in circles because you're just at kind of like where your ceiling of like what you know. And if you're wanting to manifest more, it's about understanding and learning new things. But I feel like the majority of you, it's more heart-centered. It's learning the lessons of what you to mourn, what to let go, or even what to accept into your life. Like, I feel like a good majority of you guys are letting go of crap relationships, and it's been hard because it's like, oh, I need to let go and I need to learn from this, but we're staying in that broken heart instead of healing it. But the great thing about this pile, 9 of coins is your last card, and this card is about just being almost there. You are almost at this perfect, successful state. I shouldn't say perfect, but 9, how I always remember is like 10 is like you've achieved your goal, perfection. So 9 is like you are almost there. There's just one little step that's needed. And for me, I think that's, or for you guys, I think that's, either healing the past a little bit more, bringing in more knowledge or education around a subject. But you guys are almost there. I feel like, unlike pile number 1, this is sort of putting all of the pieces in place, and you're almost there. Whereas pile number 1 is like just starting a new chapter. You guys are almost there. You're finishing it up. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you're almost there. Have hope. And keep these in mind and see if there's anything that you might be doing that's preventing you to get to your goal of what you're trying to manifest. But this is like good fortune, good promises in the future, especially if this is like a money related thing that you're trying to manifest. Definitely a good sign. Detours, obstacles, same path, different way around. I don't know what I was talking about. Hey, Cheyenne. Hey, Jordan. Okay, so pile number 3. And if you're just jumping on, I'm doing kind of the group reading. I have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you need to pause it and then figure out which one you like before I'm jumping into it, feel free to do so. Pile number 3. Ooh, this is all about abundance. Ace of coins. And abundance. Shut up. I love this card. All right. I want to know why I like her outfit. Okay. And we have 2 number 1s. We have number 1. We have the Ace of Coins. Okay. So pile number 3. If you guys are feeling like you're stuck, you're going in circles, or you're just like beating yourself up when you have a bad day, for you guys, clearly your guides are trying to hit you over the head about abundance. Golden Palace, this is literally the abundance card of this deck. This is like when all your needs and wants are met. And I really see this as like both like externally and internally. So you sometimes you get abundance externally, but you aren't appreciative for it. But this is just knowing full-heartedly that everything that you need and want is coming your way. And when we talk about abundance, it doesn't always necessarily mean like the frivolous things you don't need are coming your way. It's about being happy with where you're at. Like if you're dirt poor, you can still be in this zone. If you don't have any friends, or if you legitimately don't have these things, you can still be in the vibration of abundance. You can still feel it, resonate with it, and attract it. So if you guys are feeling like you're off, and it's interesting how we have the Ace of Coins, and then I'm really seeing this as like an end goal. So this is like beginning and end goal. And I feel like you guys think you're at the beginning, but really you're so close to the end. And your guides are like wanting to show you like all the middle steps are like deleted. Like they're not there. You can jump from beginning to end instantly with abundance. And now I don't want to get too much into the idea of abundance. I could go on forever about it, but it's really about starting up here and being appreciative and grateful for what you have. And then when you have that, you put that out, and through the law of attraction, your thoughts create your reality, and you attract the actual abundance. And I feel like this is something I preach all the time, but I am awful at practicing it. This is something that has always been a personal challenge for you. But if you're interested and you're like, I don't know anything about abundance, where do I start? Start with Deepak Chopra's 21-day meditation challenge on abundance, because he talks about abundance throughout, like each day before the actual meditation. Like you don't even have to do the meditations. You could just go through the playlist, which is all on YouTube. And then you can just listen to it all. And there's also Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas is also a great book on money manifesting. Hey guys, she looks so free on that card. I know. Well, and I already lost it, but the idea of waterfalls too with abundance is like you're stepping into the flow of abundance. It's always there. It's always there. You can tap into it at any moment. Um, hey, Sarah. Come through, guys. Come through. All right. Okay, so pile number 4. Sad Embrace. 10 of Swords. And Infinity. Give me a second with these. Okay, so this is, again, if you're just jumping on, kind of like the theme that I was getting for tonight is that we all are feeling like off. Not everybody. If this doesn't feel like you, that's totally okay. But sometimes we feel like we're off track, and then we beat ourselves up for not being on track or spiritually perfect in every moment of every day. And then we sabotage ourselves, and we can't get back into just feeling good and feeling appreciative for where we're at, or even sorry, they're talking to me while I'm trying to talk. But that's kind of like the theme of tonight. And pile number 4, I'm just getting a lot of self-sabotage here. Like, this person is in the water, their fingers are cut off, you probably can't see it. And it's interesting because the picture of this card, it actually has this guy in the boat, and it's like he chopped off his hands, and there's all these like daggers in the water. And I feel like this is your guys' mentality. It might not actually be happening. Of like, oh, woe is me, I'm dying, I'm drowning, I'm, like everyone's out to get me. But I feel like, there's nothing about this card that says this, but I feel like this is self-inflicted. I feel like this is us being drama queens a little bit. And so with the Sad Embrace card, and that might not be everybody, for some of you guys, you might actually have had a lot of moments where just it seems like the world is sabotaging you. And with this Sad Embrace card, it's like it's okay to have a bad day and mourn that it's a bad day. It's okay to, have something that went off course and mourn that it went off course. Like, I feel like pile number 4, it's more about living in the correct emotions. It's more about accepting how much of it is really me and being victim mentality and attracting the negativity. And then how much of it is also that I need to like accept and feel the wrongdoings of like what happened here. Instead of like, I feel like this card is like, you guys are trying to power through and be like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm perfectly okay. While inside you're just like crumbling. And my guides are telling me to remind you that if more than one pile resonates, that's totally okay. But for you guys, it's like on these days, it's okay to like cancel the rest of your plans, curl up in bed, take care of yourself, and just be like, oh my gosh, today sucked. Like, it sucked, but tomorrow's going to be a new day. And I feel like because you guys try to like power through it and not actually like accept the things that are lost, or, the things that you're trying to control, because you don't do that, it's like you keep powering through and not listening to your intuition. And I feel like this Infinity card is also kind of like abundance. Like, you have everything you want and you need, but it's more along the lines of, so therefore it's okay to take a break. Like, you guys especially, like, take a break. It's okay to take a pause when things are not working, when you have those off days. And it's interesting because this is a 9, this is a 9, and this is a 10. So to me, I'm also feeling like you guys are almost there. Whatever you're trying to manifest, it's like at your fingertips, but you self-sabotage and you push through instead of living in your emotions, living, and not even living in it as much as like being aware of your emotions and letting them go. And then it's like you have everything you need and you want, even though it feels like the world is out to get you. It's just like a recorrection away is what I'm hearing. All right, that was pile number 4. I did roll my astro dice for everybody, and I got Pisces, the sun, and the second house. Ooh. So the second house is all about what you have, personal resources. So this could be money, possessions, values, and skills. The sun is all about how you identify, how you express yourself. In Pisces, I'm a Pisces, and Pisces is all about dreaming, connecting, really just like that metaphysical sign, or not metaphysical sign, as much as just a very intuitive sign. So I really see this as using your intuition to claim all of these things that you want. Money, possessions, skills, the things that you're trying to manifest. It's really about using your intuition, going inwards, relying on yourself and your connection with spirit, and being really firm in those decisions and who you are. Because I feel like when we act on these things that we receive, we're going to be able to kind of get out of this funky state a little bit better. Sorry, I'm just now looking at all of their stopping by to say hi. Hi, Jana. Thank you for your review. Oh, and thank you everyone for your Google reviews. I super appreciate it. I know I was nagging you, and I was just like, I just need like one up there, and you guys totally delivered, and I have like a ton now. So thank you. You guys are all so sweet. I really appreciate it. But that link will always be in the description of my live videos. So if you ever get a reading and you want to give energy back in some sort of way, feel free to leave a review. The app called The Secret is great for mindset. Yes. I assume that's like by the same book, maybe? The Secret book? Sorry, guys. I'm like, ah! Pile 4 is me on the nose, queen of self-sabotage. You're okay. You're allowed to be late. That's like the whole thing of tonight. It's okay to be off. It's okay to be late. What is the astro dice? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I have an exciting announcement about the astro dice. You're probably not gonna be able to see them very well, but they are 3 12-sided die. And one of them is all the zodiac signs. So there's like Libra right there. I don't know if you can see that. And then one is all the planets, which there's technically only 10 planets, but it has like the moon and the sun as a planet too. And then it's got the 12 houses. And so theoretically you roll them and you're supposed to do a reading off of them. And I'm still working on that. I'm still learning. But if you guys want astro dice, follow me on Instagram, because this is like side tangent, but I'm like learning how to do resin stuff. I've always been interested in like resin pouring and all the creative things. And so my husband got me onto it by making dice he plays Dungeons and Dragons. So I made him and his like friends dice and kind of am getting the skills and practicing. But I'm creating a mold for astro dice, because literally you can only buy astro dice from one person on Amazon, and they're kind of ugly. This one I had to get off of ALI Express, and they're really pretty, but it took forever to come in because it's ALI Express. So point being, I don't know if I'm going to sell them, but I'm definitely going to be creating some and doing giveaways. But you got to be following me through my Instagram. So you're going to have some cool astro dice made by me, and hopefully they will look way cooler than what you can buy on Amazon. So if you're not following me on Instagram, do so. I want to make my own astro dice. I literally made my mold today, so I'm going to test it. I don't think it's going to work well. I think I need to redo my mold, so I need to actually like make one and take a photo of it before I announce it, but they are coming. Sorry, John. You guys don't have to apologize for not being here. You guys are too funny. Will you post a video on acting as a psychopomp for spirits? What is a psychopomp? I should know what that is. I've heard that word a million times, but it's not sticking in my head. So yeah, Astro Dice giveaways. I'm going to use it on my Instagram, so keep an eyeball out. Okay, last part of the group reading. Ooh, I'm doing just book divination from this book. I don't even know if it's a metaphysical book. What is it? It's the same lady that wrote Simplify Your Life, Inner Simplicity, 100 Ways to Regain Peace and Nourish Your Soul. So they're just like 100 different things. So 39 is the one that I came to. So this is all about establishing a routine. I found it most helpful to have a regular routine for my inner activities. I don't want to read all of this because it would take forever. Okay, now that I've simplified my life, I find it easy to get up at the crack of dawn or even earlier. In that quiet time, I can do yoga and stretching, write in my journal, do some deep breathing, work on affirmations and visualizations, meditate, or have some quiet time to just sit and think. And she goes on to just give a bunch of different examples. As you expand your awareness and the level of inner simplicity you want to achieve, think about arranging a convenient routine to make it easier for your inner efforts to fall into place. So I feel like if this really resonates with you guys, this is basically all of like what the last, what was the last season that we were in astrologically? Because we were in Cancer, and then we were in. Were we in Gem? No, we weren't in Gemini. What were we? Whatever the last. Leo? Was it Leo? I don't know what I'm thinking of, but all I know is that it was about routines. It's about routines, and I feel like if this resonates with you guys, this is because maybe you didn't set those routines of this last season, this last full moon. And it was like, when I say this, I think it's like 2 full moons ago. Yeah, routine, establish it. If you don't have it, that's really going to help you. I feel like the message that's coming through is you're going to have more space in the day to actually do things that you want to do, to solve all of these problems, to breathe, to relax. But yeah. Yes, you'll sell them. I don't know. They are time consuming, but if I get enough molds, maybe. I can't buy molds because there's only 2 sellers, so I have to make my own molds. And that's been the hardest part. So a guide for allowing recently deceased spirits. Oh, yes, Jordan. I'll definitely talk about that. Jordan's basically asking about like having help from spirits on the other side to help other people cross over. I am going to do a video on that. I just haven't decided if that's going to be part of my mediumship course or if it'll be a video on my channel. But heck, that would be a really good idea for our spooky October videos. So maybe that could be a member video. You guys are talking so fast. Sorry. I'm having a hard time keeping up. We were in Leo and now in Virgo. Routine is Virgo. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. My brain is a little fried. I apologize. The left brain's not here, which is okay because I don't need that for reading. Yeah, and even though that book talked about being a morning person, like that doesn't necessarily mean you have to become a morning person. It's just about establishing a routine. And then when you have a routine, it's like the parts of your days that you would spend on your phone or you spend like doing stuff you really don't need to be doing, all of a sudden is there. And it's like you feel like you have more to your day. Ooh, that's so cool, Michael. That's so cool. That is so cool. Medicine deck. I've heard of that one. Alrighty, you guys, let's jump into individual readings. So that was the message for everyone. So basically, donations, if they come through, I will get to those first. If you donate more than $5, I'm going to do the Astro Dice again. More than that, I will maybe also pull from the book divination. Just trying to give everybody a little bit more for more donation. But otherwise, we will do guessing games and do that for the rest of the night. I think that's it, you guys. And if for some reason you jump off and don't stay the whole night, I will be doing another live on Thursday. And then next week, if you're not a member, you probably won't see anything from me. But if you are a member only live tier or above, you will see our member only live night. So if you want to join in that night, we do homework. So everybody's got to bring in something from like an antique store for next week's live. So a week from tonight, I'm really excited to walk you guys through that. But yeah. Oh, Johnny, that's a good question. So my website auto calculates whatever time zone you're in. So it'll show up as like your time zone, and you can book online and you can see all the available dates. You'll just have to see like what works for you. And I've had people literally in Thailand like contact me and be like, your time zone is like in the middle of my night. So you can always email me and ask for another time. Those are just like my prearranged like booking sessions. So if it auto books, like I know I'm available during those times. But like usually I can make accommodations on the weekend or other times of the day. I just have to make sure I'm available. But usually I am. So that's kind of like why that's in place. But it will auto set to your time zone. It used to not be that way, but I figured out how to fix it to where I could do it. I do have multiple tiers on the membership. And you can upgrade. I don't know how. I know other people have. That's perfect, Eureka. Yeah, you want to find something, and I need to go out and find something too. You want to find something that you know nothing about the person. Need to head to Ritual Craft. Yes, I love that store. Aaron, you can donate through the super chat, or you guys can donate through Venmo. And I should ask you guys, if you have Venmo and if it's not that much more of like a pain to send me a Venmo, I'd appreciate it, because unfortunately, YouTube takes 30% of everything I make. So with Venmo, I get 100%. So anyways, if you do donate through Venmo though, just like let me know. And Venmo is in the description down below. Yes, that was the problem. It was 3 a.m. No, I'm sorry, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny, just feel free to always email me. Like I said, like somebody booked within my time and they were like, it'll be like super early in the morning for me. And I was like, no, let's make it work for you. You click the upgrade. Yeah, I can't see what you guys see, unfortunately. My reading with you for my cats, especially so accurate. Thank you, Karen. Ooh, yay, Michael. I'm so excited. I need to go out and find something. I'm going to forget. I'm going to write it down. All right. What? All right. Thank you, Shanna. Shanna, let me know what question you have. Where's the upgrade button? Everyone's like... I do know if you're wanting a membership, you can hit the blue join button on my main page. Oh, what? Yeah, yikes, 30%. I know. I'm actually, in some ways, making less than I was before I got monetized. It's kind of crazy. 11 a.m. here. Nice. 30%? I know. All right. I knew the first reading was going to be Spirit. Let's see. I feel like Shanna, he's telling me that he like interacts with your physical space a lot, which if you don't like that, you can tell him not to do that. But I'm seeing him like touching you, like poking you, like even drawing your attention to like a phone, or drawing your attention to like it's like he's getting you to look at things, like you're like he makes your phone pop on for no reason. Like that's super specific, but I feel like I'm seeing that. I feel like he's trying in very physical ways to get your attention, because I don't feel like he can like talk to you intuitively very well. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I would have to become a member to myself, which I don't want to do, in order to help you. But yeah, very physical, and I'm telling him to start like trying to communicate intuitively with you more. And he's like, I'm trying to talk to her in her dreams, but she doesn't see me. And next he's showing me, he's coming from behind me, and it's like I'm you, and he's pushing through like my heart chakra and outward. And I'm trying to, it's almost like, and you're like talking to other people, and it's like you're wearing your heart on your chest. You're being very true to your heart in these moments. And he's like wanting to encourage that. He's also like a little bit wanting to take credit for it. Like he's helping you with this. My guides are saying not so much. It's more that he is trying to like push his energy, or sorry, it's more that you are putting out good energy from your heart, and you're communicating from your heart. And that's like a good place to be in. And I think that he did that a lot. And so he's really proud of you for doing that. I could be wrong. I feel like I'm still sort of like warming up tonight, but it feels like there's something big coming up. Like I heard a test. It might not be a test. It could just be something coming up that's like of importance. There's like a date in your mind where something is going to happen, and I think you're stressed out about it. And he's telling you to like breathe and enjoy yourself beforehand. I feel like you're telling yourself, I'll enjoy myself, or I'll relax after this date. Like once this is passed, I'll be better. I'll chill more. I'll relax, or I'll enjoy life a little bit more. But he's like, no, do it now, or you're gonna burn out. And I think he's just there also like providing support with whatever this is. I'm not even pulling any cards here. Let's see if he has anything else to say with the card. I love this. I don't think, ignore the message, but it's like two people touching hands in spirit. There's bubbles and hearts and stars. He's just, Shanna, he's really just trying to come through and like be like, I'm here, let's connect. Like he's reaching out, he's trying to like establish a connection. So anything you can do to reach out to him if you want to, at the least, you can definitely just start paying attention to the signs. Oh, Shanna, you were the closest commenter, and my alarm went off. So Shanna, you also get a member reading tonight. And yeah, you can win the free reading and also donate. So Shanna, we might as well do that now while I'm connected to your energy. If you have another question, my whole chest got so warm now. I think you can feel him for sure. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda, I will get to you after Shanna. So yeah, another perk of being a member is that my alarm will go off at a random time in the night, and whatever member commented closest to it up above will get that reading. It just happened to be Shanna twice. I feel like that happens so much with you guys sometimes, with our members. Lauryn, on Venmo, are you spelling your name differently? No. But I think it is abbreviated. So like I said, in the description, it should have what's accurate, which is I think it's like Lauryn Psy, which doesn't help, but I have to like keep it abbreviated. So it's Lauryn PSY. Because I still use my Venmo for my other business, and like when I have these corporate businesses pay me and they're like, this is your account, psychic, they get a little touchy. Not that I've ever had that happen, but I feel like it's happening. Oh, Brittany's got it. Thank you, Brittany. After this work at the house is done. Yes, I'm so that way also. Can I give it to someone who needs it? Yeah, absolutely. Feel free. I feel like I'm closer to him now that he's in the afterlife than we ever were when he was living. So I feel like he's got to be on my spirit team. Oh, Shanna, that gives me chills because I feel that same way about my grandfather. Whoa. Sorry, guys. This doesn't do anything, but all right. Feel free to give it to whoever you want, Shanna. Amanda donated. But I don't think Amanda goes by that name. But Amanda, where you at? Unless I missed it. Amanda donated on Venmo. I'm not seeing anything. If I missed it, Amanda, throw it up again. How are we all? Hello, Sir Jester. Oh, there it is. I have other loved ones who passed, but he's the only one that's constantly on my mind. Yep, that definitely happens. I feel that same way with my grandfather. Like, even a week ago, I had a dream about him, and he's coming in and, like, introducing himself. Okay, there we go. Burnsy Bunny on them. Yes, got it. Thank you, Amanda. So, Shanna, feel free to pass along your reading, or if anyone wants a reading, let Shanna know so she can pick. And then I will do Amanda while we wait. Or, Shanna, if you still want it, feel free to throw up a question. I'm lost in my spiritual path. I want to use my ability so bad. I want to with all my heart, but I can't do it. I'm not able to connect. What am I doing wrong? Amanda, I feel like this week's video might come with perfect timing for you because I'm doing my pick a card reading this Friday, and it's all about like what is blocking you psychically. Let's go ahead and pull some cards though. Bam, bam. Okay. Well, this is definitely confirmation that you are like in the beginning stages. This is like seedlings. You're learning how to use your psychic ability. And I feel like the group reading, if you missed it at the beginning, it's like exact same energy of like you're wanting to get to the end goal so much, and whenever you get thrown off just a little bit, like whenever you have a bad intuitive hit, where is this hair coming from right now? Whenever you have an intuitive hit, you're like beating yourself up, and then you're taking like 4 steps backwards. I also got the feather card in reverse, and to me this is saying like maybe you're focused too much on the physical like signs from your guides, and that leads me to like feel like maybe you're using the wrong clair. Maybe you're trying to like use clairsentience. Ow, my ear just like hurt. Maybe you should try clairaudient exercises. I feel like somebody just poked me in my ear. Don't do that. I don't like that. Which is funny because I also have 3 monkeys, which is like the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And I know this probably has another meaning, but again, I'm being drawn to like clairs. I feel like maybe you're using the wrong clairs, Shanna. Or Shanna, sorry, Amanda. How many times did I say Shanna? Yeah, just more confirmation that you're like in the beginning stages. And then I pulled the follow the leader card, which to me is like kind of like get practice, have a coach, have somebody that can show you or mentor you along the way. I'm going to pull the Astro dice since you donated more than $5. And I'm looking at my notes because I do not have everything memorized. This is the weird sign. Capricorn has the weirdest sign. Capricorn, which is literally about persistence. And this is like vocation, purpose. Like I'm really, this is the 10th house. I know this isn't exactly what the 10th house is, but I'm sort of reading these intuitively. And this is like putting in the time to actually do it. Honestly, though, because it's talking about career, reputation, vocation, I almost feel like getting more serious behind it, like giving readings to other people. There's like a higher sense of like, oh, I need to show up and deliver. That might actually light a fire under your butt to, practice and like stick with it a little bit more. Let's see. And then Mercury, thoughts, speech, processing. I do feel like talking to somebody about it would help you. And I'll just throw it out there. Like I do have coaching sessions if you're really stuck. I just want one overall card for Amanda. So I pulled the Into the Unknown card. And energetically what it feels like is it's like two things. It's like you're not seeing the intuitive hits, but you're also not seeing like the physical things you could be doing. It's like putting in the time and the effort and it's not that you're not putting in time and the effort. It's just like the persistence of practice. The psychic ability is not just going to click overnight. And I feel like where you want to be is like 2 years from where you're at. And so it's about appreciating where you are and what you are getting. And know that it just takes practice. I really feel like for some reason though, like taking it more seriously of like offering readings to other people might force you. Like I feel like what am I trying to say? Like I'm seeing it and it's like you just need the sheer amount of like reading other people or like doing enough readings on yourself to really push through some of these blocks that you're having. Ooh, I'll just leave you with this, Amanda. I can't read that backwards. Rethink the beliefs of your childhood. So maybe there are some childhood blocks going on, Amanda. Again, I would watch Friday's video because that's like literally what the whole video is about. And I realized I didn't even answer your last question. What are you doing wrong? Tree of Life. It's connecting the spiritualness to the physicalness. There's a disconnect there. Just sent 2 questions. I appreciate you guys sending it through Venmo. Alrighty. Thank you, Aaron. You rock. And again, you guys, Aaron, who is on here, Aaron Garrity, which is really interesting because I used to have a best friend in high school with that same last name. But Erin, she runs a podcast called Erin's Spiritual Cafe. Like Erin, I don't care if you share it in the chat or in the comments. She interviewed me for a podcast. And yeah, it's coming out Friday. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see it Or no, is it shared? It'll be up on Friday. I'll share it. The end. Okay, we have a lot of donations on Venmo. So next it'll be Jordan. Jordan wanted to ask 2 questions. Put them in the chat. Also, anyway, I can send questions without chat seeing them. You could through Venmo, I think. I don't know if there's any way without the chat seeing them. If you'd rather like do private readings, I do have that as an option. I do have a $35 option, which is you send questions and I do a voice recording reading, and it's like 15 minutes, and then I send it to you afterwards. So just out there if you ever want it. I think clear audience is my strongest. Maybe I got them backwards, Amanda. But again, the message was like, stay away from like trying to feel it. Only time is at night going to bed. I'll hear random stories in my head. That is like a perfect window where you're shutting off your left brain for the night and you're turning on your right brain, and you're in that middle zone, and that's where you have a lot of intuitive experiences. And I will talk about that in my dreaming video. Is that going to be next week? It might be next week, guys. I'm so excited. I'm the goose. Thank you, Amanda. I'm struggling to use Venmo. Don't feel like you have to, Johnny. Like, you can use Super Chat. I'm just saying, if it's the equal amount of easiness for you, I'd prefer Venmo. But I love podcasts. I will listen to it. Yeah, check it out. Erin has other podcasts up now. So even though mine will come up on Friday, there's definitely some cool ones that she has up already. Could I Gmail it to you? Oh, yeah, you could. Just send it through my website, Jordan. Well, while I wait for Jordan to send their questions, let's just jump to Erin. So we're not waiting. We can kind of just keep going. Good night. Good night, Shanna. Yay, dream video. Yurika freaking waking up in the middle of her night to watch last week's video. I was like, go to bed. So funny. I'll just post it here. Okay. I did, Kesha. So, and I'm sorry again if I'm Kesha. So I have Jordan who donated, then Erin, and then you, Kesha. If Lori's gone, Johnny gets the question. Okay. Sorry, Erin. Jordan next. Okay. Been working with some incantations that year to use my daily meditation. I could definitely feel them working. I don't know what you're doing, Jordan. I don't know what you're into, but I'm totally sensing like a presence that you're inviting in. I hope it's a good one. It feels like a neutral one, which is interesting. Feels very like earthly. So I don't know if that's an intended result, but that's what I'm getting. Like very nature, like I'm hearing fae. I don't even know like what the fae technically is. I'm getting like very hermit vibes around this, Jordan. I don't know if, again, that's like what you're trying to achieve, but like what's coming in energetically is definitely more of like you being alone, you going inwards. You're too funny. Okay. Not Aaron Garrett. Sorry if I'm like losing track of chats. You guys are all just passing around Shanna's reading. All right, so is Johnny getting Shanna's, who's past the Lori's? Is that what's happening? The intended effects are infernal or demonic. What are you doing, Jordan? Hey guys, if you're just jumping in, people are donating. If you donate $5, I'll do, that's like minimum question. If you donate more than that, I pull extra dice. Otherwise, we do free readings when I catch up. So reading Jordan really quick. Thank you, Erin. Bye, Shanna. See you next time. Yes, I did see it, Jordan. Let me see. I wanted to pull some cards on like the first part of your question. Well, I'm getting very neutral energy coming in. Again, Jordan, not sure if that was the intended effect. I pulled listening in reverse. So maybe there's like a connection that's not happening correctly. Wishing well in reverse. I'm trying not to let my bias come through, but especially when you type like demonic things, I'm like a little concerned for your safety, but just know that with the wishing well, what you put in is what you get back. And that can be bad or good. So, you know, if you're getting neutral things coming back, that's probably because maybe you're not putting too much of a positive force into it. I'm being called to do the book for your first question. Ooh, do the things you fear. I feel like that's in relation. I think you're going to know what that means, especially with whatever spell work you're trying to do. One of the great inhibitors of our lives is fear. If you suspect that fear has been holding you back, there's something you can do about it. Thank you. Is it Sina? Sina, I do have other people who donated on VENMO first, so I'm just working my way through that list. Don't let me forget. Few things will liberate you faster and move you more quickly along your inner path than doing the things that you fear. So really, Jordan, I see this as like really working with your shadow side around this, like really working on the things. I know what the fear is, something I've been dealing with for a while. I think you're definitely on the right track, Jordan, because I was energetically feeling like the start of it, whatever it is. Just make sure you're protecting yourself. Let me just jump up to whatever your second question is, and I will be sure to do the astro dice. Second question is, I've been wanting to work with my spirit guide, A, and wanted to see if there's any messages from him. I'm seeing a lot of snow and winter. I feel like winter is going to really turn around for you spiritually, Jordan. I feel like just this energy of like that hermit energy that I was picking up on again. Something about the winter, you're going to come out of, you know, whatever you're trying to manifest with a lot clearer vision. I think this guide is just like, Jordan, stop. Because I pulled meditation in reverse. I pulled abundance in reverse. I got house in reverse, rainbows in reverse. And like energetically, this just like feels like chaos. I feel like he's trying to like rein you in. He wants you to like, I feel like you abandon your meditation practice maybe, or you abandon like your roots. And this is about, you can still try new things, but remember to have the basis, whatever this is for you. He really wants you to get more into alignment with abundance. And I sort of talked about that earlier, but I feel like for you, it's feeling like you need to do all of these things because you don't have X, Y, or Z. And it's like, if you could appreciate where you are and what you currently have, you wouldn't have to do all of these things because you'll realize it's all in front of you. I feel like this house card is actually something about your home environment. Like maybe you're not in the best place spiritually. Like it more feels like neighbors or just people around that aren't resonating at the same level as you. So anything you can do about changing that. Rainbows in reverse, I just feel like this is him trying to like connect to you through signs, not necessarily rainbows, but I just feel like all of this, he's like trying, and I'm saying I'm not sure if that's correct, but this guide is just like trying to like, he's very funny because he's like waving his arms and like trying to stop you and get your attention. He's like snapping in your face. Let me do the astrodice for you. Pisces as well in the 10th house. And then what is this symbol? Uranus, sorry. Changing. Changing your outer world. Your outer world could be career, status, reputation, vocation, purpose. But it's also Pisces. So I feel like being led intuitively to make these changes versus like being very practical or trying to like figure out the pros and cons of this. It's very much so about letting your intuition guide you on what changes need to be made around your outer world. Maybe that's influencing your inner world. And that makes sense with that like hermit energy that we're getting. Sorry guys, I'm going to catch up. All right, so that was Jordan. Okay. Okay, so we got a winner. It looks like Johnny. I'm really behind, guys. You're gonna have to be patient and hang out for a second. Everyone's donating at once. All right, so Aaron is technically next. Actually, technically is Johnny. Let me do Aaron and then Johnny. This is my list. Aaron, Johnny, Lakesha, Cena, and then whoever this Canadian Anna B. So I'm going to make my way there. Let me see if Aaron asked a question. You can send a super chat sticker. That's totally fine. That works too. Animal reading. VENMO. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping me while I'm distracted in reading. All right. Cool. Aaron, did you have a question or was it that you wanted an animal reading? My dice, it's so funny that you asked that, Lori, because they didn't, and I was thinking of creating one for you guys. It would be so easy for me to create it when I send it to you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it long term. It depends on how well I do. The dice that I make for my husband are kind of they have holes in them, and I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think it's the mold that I have for those. You're welcome, Jordan. Thank you. Thank you for being here like every single night. Aaron's up next. Oh yeah, mine didn't. I'm just having to guess how to read them, and so I'm feeling like I'll probably do a whole video on them one day once I feel like I've figured it out. Let's see. While we wait for Aaron, I'm just going to jump forward to Johnny really quick because Johnny got the free member reading, so every night a member gets a reading. I think I just need confirmation. I've been seeing spirit and hearing them in the last week. I've really been meditating and trying to let them connect. You definitely are, Johnny. I am getting like 50-50 vibes. Like I'm totally seeing like your left brain and your right brain like firing individually. I feel like with the clairaudience, like the thoughts, those ones are the ones you're mixing up a little bit more. Like those are coming in and you think maybe those are spirits, but I feel like clairaudience is a little bit more difficult, especially with understanding your thoughts versus outside thoughts. So I think those, it's just, don't like beat yourself up. Keep with it because it's all about just knowing the difference. Like that is just pure practice, Johnny. Like that's just what you have to do. But the rest of the time, I'm totally like seeing the right brain. like fire up. And if you guys aren't familiar with my whole left brain, right brain analogy, I do have a video on that. Yeah, it's the clairaudience that's tripping you up a little bit, but let me just pull one card of, I'm going to just ask what you could do to better connect. You are, it's just inconsistent. Ooh. You know what's so funny? So I pulled the Lovers card for you, Johnny, and I heard someone interpret this card in a really awesome way. And they said the Lovers card is technically the sign of Gemini. And the Gemini is like the balance, not the balance, but it's like the twins, the two halves of a whole. And that like immediately makes me think of the left brain, right brain. You got the moon behind them, which is all about intuition. But yeah, you're totally connecting, Johnny. It's just about practice and knowing the difference, because you're still learning and you're still trying to figure out what's left brain and what's right brain. I mean, even still to this day, I have moments where I'm like that, and you can just stop and ask, is this me or is this somebody else? And that's like all you need to do to check and verify. All right. Let's see. Aaron, Garrity, you donated next. What's your question? Did I miss it? Still waiting on Aaron, but then we have Lakesha. So it'll be Lakesha and then jumping back up to Sina and then Anna B. Sorry. I need to find out while I wait for yours to come out. Yeah, Lori, I actually looked up a ton of YouTube videos on it because I was like, surely someone has a video on this. And every video, it was like they didn't explain their thought process. And it's like, I'm lacking the thought process of how do you connect all these? These are my cheat sheets. These are the 12 houses. These are the 12 signs. And then these are the 12 zodiacs. And I'm like, easily I can make this all into a one sheet for you guys to download. I just need to like also feel like I can instruct how to relate them. And I'm learning that with practice, basically. My pets, what do they want to say? Yes. Aaron, do you have their names? Just for my contact. Let me get to Aaron really quick. Aaron donated a little bit, or a lot bit more, so I might spend a little bit more time with her. And again, Aaron's podcast coming out Friday. Definitely check it out. I probably made a fool of myself. We'll see. Her pets. So I'm picking up a lot of pets around you, Aaron. I feel like you totally... And I remember, too, you said you had a farm, so I wouldn't be surprised if, like... So I'm picking up a cat in spirit. They're coming through, like, most strong. She's totally, like, taking credit for, like, your intuitive abilities. Like, when you were a kid, she's showing me, like, I helped. Is it a female cat? They have very bright white light around them, so to me, it's a cat that's passed. I know that's, like, not your current animals, but... If you can give me the names of your current animals, I can make sure I spend time with each of them. But something about this older cat of like when you were first starting to acknowledge your abilities, like she keeps telling me grounding. She was there to help ground you. I'm just asking her to like show me, and she was like, I wasn't necessarily like around her. Sometimes she would pet me and like I'd purr and that would help like calm you down. Other times it was just like she almost like I'm seeing her do perimeters around your property as like a kid. And she's like blocking out energy. She's like protect yours from coming through. She wasn't good at getting them all, but oh yeah, Aaron might be a few seconds behind. Is this me? Yes, Johnny, that'll help. It takes time, but you'll get it. Yeah, Erin, make sure hit the live button just in case you're not live. She might be. Ginger, my cat, my car. Yeah, those will definitely help, Johnny. Your adorable cat you found in college. Ooh, I wish I had my other deck in front of me. It's the same deck that I pulled for you during our podcast, but I always like to ask, and I did this like last weekend because when I sat down to do animal communication readings, sometimes people just don't have questions. And so I like to ask, like, why did this animal come into your life for a specific reason? I'm just double checking if this cat. No, that was a different cat. So the cat that I was talking to before, definitely a cat in spirit. Current cat is just mostly concerned about you, Erin. Because I'm trying to ask her like how she's doing, and she's just like, Erin needs this, Erin needs that, tell her this, tell her that. And I feel like one of the things that she's like coming through and saying is that, like, take a second, like, breathe. I feel like you've been just like going all summer, which is awesome. I feel like super productive energy around you, but the cat is like worried about you and she wants you to like calm down. Like, she's like visually showing me like, sit her on the couch, put a blanket on her, and let me snuggle her and like keep her from moving. I am live. Okay, cool. Ginger always comes through. She's the only pet who comes through. Interesting. Yeah, well, and if that resonates, she might be definitely like blocking out some energy of spirits. You know, I asked like what her, like why she chose you. And I'm just getting like duality with all of these cards I pulled. So I got like coming together, like two halves of a whole, the peaks of joy card, which to me is just like having ups and downs in life. Rock bottom card, same sort of message. And I feel like I'm being really drawn to the path. And I think that she might have came into your life, Ginger, to just like, she's funny. She's like, I'm in it for the long haul. And she's showing me you going through multiple things in life. Like, she's been with you for such a long time. And it's like every time you're like veering off course, it's like, I feel like all these moments where you feel like you kind of went off track, she's bringing your energy back and she's like, calm down. And it's really hard for me to like describe this to people because people are like, well, my cat is at home all the time. Like, how could they be affecting my energy? Like, or they don't cuddle me all the time. How are they affecting my energy? But I think in a way they have an effect on our home and they hold space in our home. And when we're going through really rough times, sometimes they'll take on our energy and take on our stress, and they'll kind of like dissipate it. Other times they'll just help us chill and calm down. And I feel like how Ginger sees you, Erin, is she's like, she sees you as like a distracted little like bug drawn to like all these lights. And she's like, my job is to just like pull her in when she's like going too far. And it's so funny because she's giving me the image of like a leash around your neck and she's having to rein you in, which is funny because that's like the opposite of how we see our cats. Cats are cool little buttheads. I found her in the parking lot of a grocery store at night as a tiny baby. Oh no! I just want to ask. I want to ask her like why the long haul? Like, why? It's like you needed a cat who could stick with you through all of this and provide some sort of like grounded energy. Like, constant is the word. Like, there's a constant. She's always there. She's always there to come back to. I feel like your life would have been a little bit more rocky. Like, you would have made more unstable decisions. And there's something about like, oh, well, the cat is at home, or, you know, oh, I can't go move across the country because of the cat. Something about that, like, she came into your life for that reason, to help you get more grounded. Let me pull the Astro dice, which I'm very interested how this will go with a animal communication reading, but my guides are telling me this is your cat. Aries in the 12th house, North Node. Where's the 12th house? 12th house. Interesting. So it feels like your cat is very like strong-willed, moving forward. Like North Node is like really going after things, really moving towards a state of enlightenment. And because this is in like the 12th house of Pisces, she's bringing in such like spiritual energy. And I feel like that's to counterbalance your very like earthly energy that you have sometime of like going after goals, getting them, you know, all of these like crazy things. I feel like you're very practical and like, what's the word I'm looking for? You're very like centered on like what needs to happen here. And she's kind of remembering to bring you back into the more like spiritual side of things. Ginger may be one of my spirit animals. Absolutely. I mean, I'm getting like the twins every time I see you, Erin. It's like that duality. It's like she provides the other half to your whole, which is so cool. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of donations. Sorry, guys. Am doing super chats. Yes. Venmo is just more a convenience because YouTube takes like 30% of your Venmo otherwise. So I'm pulling this book for you, Erin. I'm doing just a little bit of book divination, and I'm doing it on your cat's behalf. This is harbor no thought that will burn. And I feel like this is like overthinking or just chaos, thinking like monkey mind. It's like when your thought patterns are just like go, 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 go. And I feel like she's here again to like ground that, calm that. I feel like she's like your spiritual partner on the other side, trying to like bring you more into your crown chakra versus like your root chakra. She's a very cool cat. I love her. She's just surrounded by white light. You're welcome, Erin. Thank you for the donation. And everybody, Erin's podcast is called Erin's Spiritual Cafe. She interviewed me. That's going to be up on her podcast this Friday. So if you go follow her, you should see our podcast on Friday. Building a business. Okay. Okay, so jumping back to my list, I have Lakesha, and then I have Sina, and then I have Sina, and then Annaby, and then Jordan again. That's my list. All right. So let me find. This will be my most recent one on Venmo. Where's her question? Did I go too far? I'm trying to find Lakesha's question. My Venmo. Okay. Keisha, thank you for your patience, you guys. Keisha, where is it? And then Sina, you're next, then Annaby. Where is Keisha's question? Where is it? Keisha, I'm going to have you throw it up because I cannot find it. far enough. I'm scrolling. You forgot to put it. No, I think you totally put it. I remember seeing it. Or maybe I'm crazy. Oh, you put it right there. Sorry. What's Brian's feelings towards me, and is he going to leave the third party that came in between our friendship, our relationship? Ugh, Brian. Alrighty. I'm gonna pull, because you donated, was it 10? Yes, 10. Okay. Keisha. I'll pull a few more cards. I want to ask what he's feeling. Okay, they're telling me to do past, present, future with him. I think how he feels, now this might not be accurate or honest, truthful, but in the past, how he felt about your relationship, like dry desert, the vibes that are coming across is like, for whatever reason, he believed like he wasn't getting his needs met. Feeling like, I feel like this is not true, but this is like his mind. And right now, I pulled the protecting treasure. This is like his energy is like he's protecting himself. I feel like he's protecting his heart. I feel like he's actually really insecure in this relationship. I feel like in all relationships. And I think the immediate future of where he's at is he's trying to use his intuition to connect to the best option. So energetically, I do feel like he's putting himself first and he's doing the thing that he thinks is best for him. Let me feel out how he feels towards you. And I pulled the Metamorphosis card, so this to me is saying like he felt like things changed. And like with that dry desert card, that makes sense. Like maybe at the beginning of your relationship, he felt like his needs were met, but now they're not. Or maybe he feels like it's not the same relationship that it used to be. Something changed in his mind. And again, this might not have actually been the case. It could have been that he just flipped the switch and decided he wanted something different. Is he going to leave the third party? Honestly, he's so wishy-washy. It's kind of hard. I'm going to pull back from his energy and ask my guides instead, because then we're not violating his space and we're just sort of getting the information that you need to know. And I'm just hearing like a lot of insecurity. A lot of insecurity is like coming from that direction, from him. He hasn't decided if he is going to stay in that relationship. And so that's what I'm reading as of now. And so I can only read where he's at right now. So he could become more secure in it and then stay. He could become less secure in it and leave. And I don't feel like either of those options are very good for you, because I feel like obviously if he stays, he's not around for you. But if he's coming out of it because he's insecure and he's not actually putting the time and the effort into like being in a good relationship, it's like you don't want that. You don't want that energy, especially on someone who decided that they wanted something different, that things changed, that their needs aren't met. But I will ask, what would need to happen? If for some reason he decided to leave that person and it's now a new opportunity again for you. They're asking me to ask how to manifest it as well. I got the movement card in reverse, which to me is just like, I don't think it's going to happen. I think there needs to be a lot more like communication, energy, like there just needs to be more interaction in general if it were to happen. And I think because he's so insecure, protecting himself, like not having good intentions, I don't think you're going to see any movement in that relationship. Your guys did ask me to ask, how could you manifest it? And I think this is just an awareness of you're in the middle of it. You're in the middle of the storm. It's hard to see the outcome. It's hard to see the outside. It's hard to know like what things will look like because you can't see out. You're in the middle of the storm. And like, I feel like I love this card so much because it's like you're in that little house. You can't see out. It's so hard to see other people's decision making, to make your own decisions, to see the future. It's just all a confusing mess. But know that the storm will pass and you will get clarity on it. I just read things as they are right now. The future can change. Because you donated a little bit more, I'm going to do the Astro Dice in the book. So this, what sign is this? Saturn in the 4th house. In Virgo. Okay, that makes so much sense. So that's literally what's happening right now is like Saturn's doing something in its Virgo season. That's all I know. So the 4th house, Kesha, is all about like your roots, like your stability, your inner security, which I think is totally being defined by this relationship. And Virgo calls you to analyze it, to be like, you know what, do I really need this? Saturn is all about learning, building, refining. I feel like this is like coming back at like what you're basing this all off of. I feel like not being with him is causing you to feel unstable, but it's like he is not your foundation. And so we need to analyze, rebuild, relearn what our foundation looks like without this person. And I think that's like, I feel like that's almost every reading of somebody who's like, you know, pining after somebody they don't have. It's usually because we're so unstable in ourselves that we feel like we need this other person to complete us. And that's something you can absolutely like work on right now, even if he does come back. Like there's no harm in becoming more stable. Ooh, I just got review your day. Taking a few minutes each evening just before bedtime to review your day. So doing a quick review of your day, take notice of any issue you may want to deal with, then release it to the universe. So honestly, this is about like taking stock at the end of the day, like what happened. I'm not going to carry these emotions into tomorrow. I'm going to let this go. And as far as this relationship, I feel like that makes sense. It's like, you know what? How much of my day did I dedicate to this person that I haven't seen or heard from in forever? And how can I release this energy and focus on me next? I hope that helps, Keisha. I'm sure that's not what you wanted to hear, but it started out great. Yeah, he's insecure. Yeah, and I think it's so hard because I'm reading where he's at now, and he's so wishy-washy. So it's like, he doesn't know where he's going. Why would I know where he's going? All right. Okay, I think we're all caught up on Venmo. If anyone else is in here just like waiting around, I appreciate it. I have a question for you guys. I want to challenge your reading skills. I have a house next to me that's currently like vacant. I want to see if you pick up anything on that house. I'm going to challenge you one step further after this. I just want to see if you can get any energy off the house, and then I'm going to ask like another question. But you're welcome, Keisha. Okay, let me bump back up. Thank you guys for being patient. And if you ever have to jump off, like feel free to jump off, and you can always come back to the chat and rewatch. It's just that so many people are donating more, so I feel like I've got to do longer readings. Okay. Just double checking. It looks like I got another Venmo. Maybe not. Doesn't help that my phone's about to die Come on. Okay. August 24th. Sorry, guys. Okay. Caught up on Venmo, so we're on here now. So, Cena, what was your question? Cena Chandler. And then Anna B. Let's see. Cena, my question is, I'm studying mediumship. When do you see me doing readings, and how will I see/hear spirit? Let me take some more. Like, your guides want to be like, well, technically you're doing it now, so the answer is like now. But I'm like, yeah, but that's not what she's asking. They want you to like validate that you are doing it now. Just because you're not doing it for other people doesn't mean that you're not doing it. And I think there's something in your mind of like, I'm only valid when I do it for somebody else. And I think that can sometimes get in our way and actually cause blocks, because it's like, why are you doing it? If you're doing it for everybody else and not yourself first, then when you go into readings, and you get burnt out because you're doing it for everyone else and not like giving to yourself, it can get like in your way of reading and block you. So I think that's like just a message that's coming through. Let's see, and Cena donated 10 as well. But intuitively, I feel like I'm getting like December vibes, like winter vibes. I'm going to ask like how you'll know when to start doing them, because I feel like there's like a turn of events. Okay, I'm seeing you around other people. Maybe it's probably the holidays, but it's like, I feel like you're around other people and you're actually giving out readings, maybe unknowingly, but it's like you're around other people, you're sensing spirit, and you might be like channeling some of it, or you might just be like, hey, I think Grandpa's here and this is what he says, to somebody who's like interested here. And then I feel like I see you going home and being like, okay, I'm doing it already. Why don't I just like start doing it now? They keep being like, there's a fear there. There's a fear like in your mind of like why you can't start. Why do you think you can't start? I feel like it's something to do with money. Like maybe you're afraid of charging. Like you can always just start by charging people like $5 or $10. Yeah, slow and steady. Like there's no rush into doing it. And the other thing is like when you start doing it, like you can always pause. Like you don't have to like constantly keep doing the readings. I feel like there's a fear there that once you start doing it, you won't be able to get out of it. But I pulled the cleaning house card. So this is like a lot of like mental stuff around it that you feel like you can't start for some reason. I feel like that's where you need to kind of like heal and address some of these like self-limiting beliefs that you have. Like this is your mind around it, the dragon's lair. And I love this card because it looks scary on the outside, but when you walk in, it's like the whole point is it's not as scary as you think it is. And I feel like it's also for you, like it's not only is it not as scary as you think it is, but it's so much easier than you realize. Because Cena, you're doing it already. I think you're just like waiting for like some sort of outside validation. So maybe even set a milestone on yourself. Like once I hit this, then I will start doing it. Just jumping down to see. See, I'm studying mediumship. Okay. 64. Scared I'm running out of time. Oh, that's a good idea, Lori. Trading. Okay, let me do the dice for you, Cena. And then I'll do my divination. Aries in the 4th house. So Aries energy is all about go get it. Aries is like the ram, just like go after it. And what planet is this? Dreaming, Neptune, 4th house. I feel like all that the dice is kind of adding to this is like go after it, get it, once you feel secure in it, in your inner world. It's all about feeling secure in your mind that you're going to be able to go after it. And I don't know why I'm feeling this like around winter. If you feel compelled to start tomorrow, just do it. They're telling me to tell you, Sina, too, that like you can tell people you're learning. Like when I was a student at the Aspen program, I always remember our coach like at the beginning being like, these are students, they are learning. So take everything with a grain of salt, which kind of was like a smidge bit insulting, but honestly it felt like a relief because it was like, oh, okay, they know I'm not perfect and I can take that weight off of myself. And that's what I used to do when I started reading was I would tell people I'm learning, like, and I feel like if you come at it like I'm learning how to do this, can I give you a reading for practice? I think people, it takes the pressure off of you less. Oh, and let me pull my book for you, Sina. Be patient. That's funny because that's like the exact opposite of what we're getting. I feel like this is more be patient on like your skills, and especially with you saying like you're old and you're worried you don't have enough time. Like with this stuff, you will have the time. You will be exactly where you need to be, do exactly what you need to do with this gift, this ability. Don't push the river, just let it flow. Learn to be patient with yourself. Enjoy the process of inner growth for what it is. That's so perfect. An ongoing opportunity to become the best we can become at all levels of our life. Maybe, Sina, is that you're putting this like ceiling of like I have to get to perfection before I can read, or I have to get to perfection before I die. Like just, I mean, you will, what's supposed to come for you will come for you. And so just enjoy it where you're at in every step of the way. Alrighty. Just see. Sorry, guys, I'm so behind tonight. Yes, I get that. Yes. You got it, Sina. And you can use my channel. I am here as a resource. You got it. All right, let me jump back up to Anna B. And then we have Jordan, and then I know more people donated under that. You guys are just donating so much, and now I'm like, oh, where's the time? All right, Anna B., what is your question? Looking for Anna B.'s question. Your pictures are all so similar, it's hard to see. Anna, and then Jordan. When I'm behind on the chats, I feel like I'm just like talking to myself. So I'm not seeing anything new, and I'm just looking at old messages. Anna. Okay, the Mama Odie. Oh, and I asked you guys about the house. Yeah, I just got a massive no bad. From the house, Johnny? Definitely stagnant energy over there. There's no one living in there. The house, is it painted in a darker color? It's a mishmash of all sorts of colors. They totally stripped it down. Nobody's living in it. It's completely vacant. We have been waiting for them to tear it down for a couple months now. Old energy, like older couple. And I was going to see if you guys picked up on any spirits inside. There used to be an old woman that lived there, and she would come talk to me every now and then. I've been trying to get rid of her. I think I did, which is probably why Lori's getting like, yeah, nobody's in there. Not a fan of this house. Oh, yeah. If you guys saw a picture of it, it's a mess. It's a mess. Like, literally they have like 6 or 7 campers in the background, and everything is overgrown. Like, it looks like a legitimate haunted house. And why I was asking was, I want to know when they're going to tear it down, because all of their trees are like breaking our fence right now. And I've been trying to like call and be like, hey, can somebody deal with this? Like, you're breaking our fence. I don't have the money to repair it. Okay, I'm still looking for Anna's question. I'm just chilling and listening. Thanks for being here, Michael. Oh, and I didn't answer the last half of your question, Sina. Sorry. I feel like you're more clairsentient right now, Sina, but if you don't like that, you can change that. I teach that, you can go with your strengths, you can work on your weaknesses with your clairs. I used to be very clairvoyant, and I didn't like that, so I switched to clairaudience, and then once I was comfortable again, switched back over to clairvoyance. That's what I'm feeling like is your strongest spot right now. It doesn't mean you're going to be there in a year. Okay, Anna B, my first question is about my ambitions. When will I start seeing results that I've been manifesting? Can you tell me about my future husband? How will I be able to recognize him? All right. Doing Anna B's donation. Ooh, there's been squatters there, Lori. There's been drug deals. My neighbor on the opposite side, caught them. We've had actually a lot of homeless people in our neighborhood since COVID, but that's probably what you're picking up on. Hey guys, I'm just catching up on our donated readings. If you're new in here, sorry. Just trying to play catch up. So I'm reading Anna B right now. You can donate, or you can wait around till whenever it is that I'm going to do the free readings once I catch up. All right. I feel like you're in the middle of it with your ambitions, like the things you're trying to manifest, Anna. It's like you see them all as this big mountain of oh my gosh, there's so much I have to do, so much I have to accomplish. This could even be a mountain of fears. And it's oh, I have to walk all the way up the mountain and down, and then I'll be able to get to where I want. And so I feel like first focusing on your mental attitude around it is most important, because I feel like that's really the only thing you can do right now to kind of further manifest it, because all the other cards I'm pulling are very just mental. It's all the same stuff. It's intention. This card is about knowing. This Wizard of Awareness, this is literally the manifestation card of knowing that you can have ideas and you are a mystical being and you can manifest them into reality. I think where you get thrown off, Anna, is the down times. And this is so me. It's the times when it's feels like it's clearly not manifesting and you're just oh my gosh. And in those moments of it being down or not working, you end up being oh my gosh, I'm doing everything wrong. And a lot of people will sometimes change course or quit or freak out and give up. And I think what's really being called for you to do is to get out of this mode of looking. I feel like it's all about looking outward for other things to fix the situation, fix yourself. It's all what it feels like is the answers are all about coming back to you. The answers are all within, looking outward to help, whether that's asking other people for money or investments or feeling you have to. I don't know why I'm feeling this is business oriented, but it's about not freaking out in the moments where things are just not working out. And I feel like that tends to just be a lot about control. And when we try to control too much, we actually inhibit, our what we're trying to manifest. But let me just pull how we could manifest it even more? When will you start seeing the results? I don't know, Anna. Like, I feel like your guides are telling me to ask you this question. Like, don't you think you've already seen results so far? They might have been little. Yeah. I feel like you're not. So this is like listening in reverse, and I feel like you're not seeing all the little steps that you've taken. You're thinking about A to Z, but I feel like you're already like halfway through the alphabet, if that makes sense. And it's like you're not being appreciative for all the little steps that you've taken. As far as like timeline, I'm getting like halfway mark, if not a little bit more. And so I think the message there is to just breathe, take care of yourself, stop pushing so hard. You're going to get there, but you might as well conserve your energy and take care of yourself in the process. Let me jump to your second question now. Can you tell me about my future husband? How will I be able to recognize him? I could be wrong. I know that, I see future relationships as there being lots of potentials. I feel like with him, a potential for you. I see one like really wealthy guy, like that's coming through, like business outfit. I don't know if he's the best fit, but definitely seeing that as a potential. Somebody that you meet through work. I get like a customer almost. I just saw him like doing water sports, like jet skiing or wakeboarding or something like that. Mm-hmm. You're definitely going to know who he is, Anna. This is the Lover's card. This is Beauty and the Beast, this specific card. Like, I don't feel like you're going to be like, oh, I hope I'm choosing the right guy. Like, if you have that energy around it, probably not the guy for you. I love this energy of this guy. He's like sitting on a horse. He's got an eagle on his hand. And he's just like, yeah, I'm a boss. I think he's very confident in himself. They're saying he is, but he might not be good at expressing it. And that's like why you're coming into his life, is to bring out that confidence even more. I feel like this is his potential, like where he could be. Ooh. Let's do, so I'm going to do zodiac signs of potential guys. That flew out. So that's Cancer. Could be a Cancer sign. Could be is that Capricorn? Yeah, Capricorn. He's very hardworking though. Aries. All three of those though feel just like such active, like go-getter energy, which I think will match you very well. I'm just going to ask for any additional information with the Astro Dice. Pisces and the moon, all about intuition. I feel like you maybe could be connected a little bit more to your intuition, and you, especially in work. Oh, that's so interesting. I feel like that's where you don't use your intuition, is in your daily life. So when it comes to like work, when it comes to, relationships, I feel like you categorize it as, like I keep it over here for like dreaming and fun, creative things. But bringing it into your day-to-day life, I feel like you'll be able to make better decisions and see these things for yourself. Like, I feel like your guides are more drawing on the fact that, hey, we don't want you to have to come to Lauryn. We want you to trust it and have it yourself. So I'm doing my book divination. Anyone that does more than 5, I'm just doing this for everybody. It says just say no. And that to me is all about boundaries. But honestly, what that feels like is saying no to the like exhaustion that you're putting yourself through, Anna, to try to get to your goals. Like saying no to your time or to other people's time or requests on you. I just feel like you have so much going on. And the more you can kind of like narrow it down, like simplify, I feel like you're actually going to be able to connect more with your intuition. I love the go-getter energy. Yes. You and me both, Anna. I'm like letting go. You're welcome. And just know too, things can change. I definitely think that there's more than one person for people out there. But those are maybe signs you can use. You're welcome. Thank you for being so patient. I appreciate you guys. All right, let me jump up to, or wait, let me just, it won't come down soon enough. Lori, God damn it. Big no from the house. Well, you know what I think is, I actually think that the woman that used to live there energetically is holding onto that house. Because when the first time that they came in and they took out all the asbestos, I felt like she came into my face and was like, get them to stop. And I was like, I want that gone. Like, I don't have to do your bidding, woman. Get out of here. And stop asking. LMGs. Gosh, dang it. You guys are probably right. I'm so impatient about this house getting torn down. Dark windows watching. Ooh, that's so cool. Thank you guys. Anyway, let me jump back up to excuse me. Okay, so that was Anna. I'm getting closer. Jordan. Okay, last question for the night. I feel like there may be a deity that I could approach that is trying to call me. Is it female? Like female in our sense of the word? I'm just getting like an origin. Like European. I'm seeing Morocco. Does that resonate? That's the energy I'm picking up on, even if that's like not who you're trying to connect with. Definitely somebody there for you. What was the question? You can totally send YouTube money. It is okay. It's fine. I have abundance. Hopefully one day it won't be a problem at all. I totally understand like the Venmo being private. Let's see. I feel like there may be a deity that I can push. Let me just pull a card. I'm definitely feeling like temptation. Like I'm seeing like the fire of this card. I feel like this deity would come in to burn shit down, for lack of better terms. And but I feel like it would kind of leave you like in a ruin, but it's like it'll have a good effect later on. But I'm hearing the word temptation. Let me just make sure, because I don't want it to be my bias based on like your last question. Yeah, I literally pulled the encouragement card in reverse. So I don't think so, Jordan. And they told me to ask why are you connecting to all these different beings? Like, why don't you have like a core group? You know, why are you so attracted to so many? It's because you're stuck. When you're stuck in the mud, it's like you're willing to take anybody's advice spiritually. I'd really encourage you to find your core group as a spiritual team and not just constantly like jump around. Because when you do that, what you're basically telling your other guides is, I don't validate what you're saying. You know, I'm going to be picky and choose what I want to hear. And then what happens is they stop giving you advice. They stop helping you connect. So Jordan, I would actually really encourage you to go like on a journey, go on a meditation, do automatic writing, whatever it is that you most resonate with. And anybody can do this too, and say, who are my core group of guides? And I wouldn't be surprised if you have many or very few. I heard a theory that you have 5 to 6. main guides, but I would not get hung up on that because you don't want to exclude somebody just because you feel like that's the only amount that you can have. I recently did this on a journey because I just had the idea to do it. And I think it strengthened my connection with my guides a lot more. And I saw that a lot of the guides that I thought were different people were actually like the same guide. So that was very helpful to me. And so I encourage you to also try that, Jordan. We will play guessing games when there's no donations. Sorry, I'm just now seeing that. But I have to catch up on all the donations. Another good reason to join our member-only lives, because there hopefully will be less people in the chat and you can get your question in. Again, though, remember, you guys, you can always reach out to me for a reading if you really want to do that. And then, yeah, Lori's right. You can make your Venmo private so nobody else can see your transactions. All right. We got to wait for the game. Turn, I love playing the game. Yeah, Eureka just likes it to practice, huh? Thank you, Erin. I probably already missed her. Thank you, Sir Jester. Pop this on the fridge, too. I know. I was updating my fridge right before I came down here. It's like, more abundance, more abundance. My credit score went up a bunch, so I put that up there. That's not actual money, but abundance. Okay, I'm catching up. I'm catching up. I'm catching up. Okay, I just kind of messed up. Mommy Odie, you're next. Okay. Why does Keith keep popping up on my phone and my dreams? I need to shake off everyone else's energy. Sometimes I like imagine like brushing myself off, and I'm like visualizing as my hands move down. Everybody that might have been in my aura is no longer in there. Also, what did you guys think of the aura video? I know it was super long. And then I realized it was super long and I didn't even like talk about cleansing auras. I probably should have made that like a 2-part video, by the way. Anyway. Mama Odie, it feels like timing. Like I'm getting like timing, divine timing. It's like something out of your control. It's like stars lining up, fates lining up, whatever that even means. I don't know exactly what I believe of that, but because I was asking, like, is he thinking about you? Is he like sending you energy, which can sometimes happen, or vice versa? And I'm not getting that at all. That's really interesting. What else would it be? It's like if you're not both thinking about each other, it almost is like an accident. Like, oh, cleaning a house. Maybe there's just some like past stuff energetically between you guys that's just being called to be removed, released. And maybe that's just because of where you're at in your life right now. I'm asking, like, what is this to do with? I feel like it's something going on in your life that maybe there's like this subconscious thing, this maybe it's even like an energetic cord that you might realize is not there. It's something to do around your strength and like your passionate side. And so maybe if you're feeling like disconnected from that, maybe there's something connected to him that could be released so that you can better connect to that energy. I feel like it's something around your breakup. I could be wrong. I would just assume he's an ex. Oh my gosh, look at how far behind I am, you guys. I'm so sorry. More abundance. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. How do I keep up with this? Because I'm only going to get more subscribers. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I need to do like a members only chat. I'm just popping down to see if yeah, Mama Odie, it feels like purely coincidental. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's even getting the same things. It feels purely energetic, something to do around like passion or creativity or fun energy in your life that's like disconnected. And so maybe it's just a call to like examine that old relationship and see if there's anything more that could be released. I love that you guys are all encouraging Cena. You guys are awesome. Yes, you got this, Cena. Okay. Hi, people. Sorry, I'm so behind. I literally do this, looks up at the sky. I don't mind whatever intuitive abilities I have so far, but I don't want to see anything or hear anything. That is totally okay. You can shut it down. You can totally shut it down. Okay, PM. PM is next. Catching up. There will be changes in management while I still remain employed with my company at least for the next 5 years. My guys are immediately coming through and being like, "Ooh, 5 years is a long time." Why are you saying that? Have a backup. Have a backup. I'm not getting anything like being threatened in the next like couple months, even couple years. Like, I'm seeing like a building of like, this is your building of where you work, and it's like a slow decay. It's like slowly crumpling. And I think that's probably what you're sensing a little bit. I think the best way, unfortunately, to stay and like keep your position is to people please. But I think that's going to wear on you, and that's what I'm getting is that crumpling of energy. I think in like 3 or 4 years, you're going to look and be like, this is completely different than where it was years ago. And I think it's the contrast that's going to make you be like, oh, I don't necessarily want to be here. And it's not anything bad. It's just like different management creates different methods, policies, and therefore company culture. Like, it just all gets affected. So I'm getting like people please for a while until you know that you're safe, and then start thinking about, okay, where do I want to go next and what do I need to get in order to get there? Because I'm getting like 3-4 years. It's more that you're going to be done with it, PM, not that they're going to like fire you or anything. I feel like the biggest thing that's coming through PM is like, you're too nice. Like, they're not going to like let you go. You're too nice. You get your work done. Like, there's no reason for them to let you go. It's more going to be about like, when are you done and when are you personally ready to move on? And I actually feel like this is a welcome change, because it's kind of like your guides moving you into the next state in like, you know, the next chapter of your life in like the least dramatic way possible. Because you could have got fired, or you know, you could have had something awful happen, but this is like a slow kind of like degradation that I'm seeing, and you're gonna have plenty of time to like prepare for sure. You're on day 30 now. Eureka, I swear that deck, people need to believe me. You do like 2 weeks of it and you're just like, ah! Still struggling with the clairsentient. Oh, I still have problems with that. The color cards and the clairsentience. I'm just not that clairsentient, so maybe that's it. But that exercise will push you. They're not just like meh exercises. They're tough. If I use my clairvoyance, I can do it. Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing is like, you can, I really like Karen's stuff because she encourages you to try everything and focus all your different clairs. But then it's like, when you come to a reading, you know, you can actually use the ones that are the strongest. And then in your day-to-day time when you're practicing, you can try those other ones out. All right. Thank you, Anna. I want to get the cards too. Doing the workbook now. How do you like the workbook, Michael? Heracles or Hades from the underworld, but haven't exactly approached them. Ooh, I don't even remember that, huh? Hey guys, sorry if you're just jumping in. I'm catching up on donations. And then we will get to free readings, maybe? We'll see. Can I just get an Astrodice and divination reading, please? Yes. All right. Oh, wait. Does Johnny have a question? So if you're jumping in, if you donate, I'll absolutely make sure you get a reading. Once I catch up on donations, which I think after Johnny, I'll be caught up. Yay! Then we'll do free. We do guessing games to get readings. So Johnny, whenever I see your name, I just say like, "Here's Johnny," and I'm like, "Why is that coming through?" I feel like that's your guides. I feel like they're giving me this like vibe of like we're hot and ready, and we're coming to like talk to you. But I feel like it's an overwhelming vibe from them, Johnny. So like, quick intuitive message of like, make sure you're protected. I feel like you're opening up your intuition a lot. And when you're like really into that and you're opening up and you're letting spirits in, it can definitely be like, you can let in a little bit too much. Okay, but I got Pisces in the 3rd house in Uranus. So Uranus is all about change, shock, revolution, progress. That's kind of funny. Oh my gosh, I think this is literally about what I'm just talking about. So, and then Pisces is the most intuitive sign. Quick, cool information. Like all of the signs starting with Aries, Aries all the way around to Pisces. It's technically a journey through life, and you are starting with like awareness of self is Aries, and you go through all of these like stages in your life, and theoretically at the end, when you pass away, you integrate back with your like spiritual self. That's like the Pisces. So I always see this as like the very spiritual ending, not even an ending as much as like you're transcending, you're connecting more with like source. So whenever I pull Pisces or roll Pisces with this dice, it's all about like connecting almost to the very opposite of like, here's the earth and then here's spiritual. And so that's kind of where I see Pisces. And it's the 3rd house, which is mental activity, learning, communication. I feel like that's like exactly what I just said. Shock. You're getting a lot of shocking. You might get a lot of shocking input. I just feel like this is a lot of intuitive stuff happening. Intuitive progress, intuitive revolution, intuitive change, all around mental activity, learning, communication. I feel like that's probably because you're being very active in strengthening your psychic skills. So again, like the message that was coming through was like protection, because that's exactly what happened to me. I started learning about all of this. I got so excited. I started filming a documentary. I was interviewing psychics, and then I just got blown open, and then I was picking up everything, and it was just like way too much. So I'm going to ask if there's just anything more for Johnny that we could be missing. And I'm going to also pull from my book. I definitely feel like, I don't like to use the word spiritual awakening, but that's where I totally feel like you are, Johnny. Okay. Have some fun while you're at it. That makes sense. Maybe you're trying like so hard to get into this and like learning everything about it. And sometimes when we turn it into like work or a job, it can take the fun out of it. My light just turned on outside. Every now and then we change the format of our, that's referencing something else she's talking about. What is she talking about? She's referencing something else in the book. Just seeing what's popping out here to me with the book. This section I'm supposed to read. I stood for some minutes, totally absorbed in the essence of those grapes. I don't know what she's around grapes. And in those few moments, I sensed my whole awareness expanding. I felt full to the brim, and I hadn't even eaten the grapes yet. I'm sure I got more sustenance from looking at those grapes than from any of the movies I'd ever seen in recent years. You may think that spending an evening watching a bunch of grapes is not your thing, but if you're looking to feed your spirit, it might be preferable to watching people machine gun each other into oblivion. If grapes don't do it for you, think about sunsets, sunrises, moonrises, moonsets, stargazing, or simply staying at home and playing Scrabble with your kids. I feel like this is like I don't have the full context of what she's talking about. It's about reminding yourself that your inner search can be fun as well as challenging. Thank you, Johnny. The Oreo video was fantastic. Thank you. I volunteer to help. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. Help what? He comes up as a frequent, and I've not talked to him in forever. No, we were never a couple. Oh, that's interesting. New management definitely changes the energy. It might take a while to like trickle down, but totally. I was totally thinking of The Shining too. All right. Super clairsentient. I'm really trying to develop the others so my body can take a break. Yes! I feel ya. I feel ya, Cheyenne. Yes. Michael, I totally agree on the workbook. That's why I love Karen so much. Is like she's so like Virgo about it is kind of how I like to describe it. She puts it in a very like structured way. And I try to do that as much as I can through my videos. But even through videos, it's hard to like piece together my thoughts. But when you buy my courses, it's definitely more like organized like a course. Edge pieces of puzzle. Ooh, I love that, Michael. Okay, Irhan is next. Name is, I ran. Oh, okay, I ran. Thanks in advance. My question is, how many spirits are around me and why? Ooh. I just heard 3. And they're definitely saying that there's more, but they want you to focus on the 3. They want you to establish a connection with them first before you kind of open up or add any more people. They'd rather you have a strong connection with a few instead of like a bunch of kind of half connections with a ton of other spirits. Sorry, guys. We'll still get to guessing games, hopefully. It's already getting late. Oh, my gosh. I've already been on for almost 2.5 hours. Holy crap. Maybe I just need to, like, set an end time. We'll see. We'll see after this. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, Irhan, one spirit that you have around you already have like a talisman of them. So this is like a physical object. So maybe you have a picture of a guide. Maybe you have like a drawing or like a stone or something that you've already like connected with a guide. That's definitely one of them. Another one, I'm not sure what they look like, but I'm asking like what they're for. How could you know it's them? The second one is definitely all about manifesting. This guide is here to help you manifest your thoughts into reality. Ooh. And then this third guide, I'm getting more like astral vibes, possibly even like some sort of bird. But this guide is here to help you get out of survival mode. And to me, I think of survival mode as just like being so in lack mentality. Like all you're worried about is just surviving the day-to-day stuff. like making sure you can just like eat and sleep and do all the things that you need to do, to the point where like you can't really have fun in life. Some people stay in this zone for like years and years. But this guide is here to help you get out of that. And I feel like as soon as you kind of do get out of that, you might not see this guide anymore. So definitely like a bird energy. I want to say more like astral being, possibly female. I feel like this might resonate with some of the guides you might have already met. Manifesting guide. I feel like their visual is like constantly changing to me. So I wonder if you already have a visual for that one. But then one of them, you definitely already have like a talisman of them. You're already connected with them so much to a point where you like put it on your phone, or you bought an object or something like that. Because you're connected with them enough to go out and like purchase that, if that makes sense. I'm just going to ask if there's anything else you need to know about connecting with them. Connect to them when you're really doing well, when you're in those abundant states, when you're not feeling that lack mentality, when you're not in that survival mode. Something about being in that alignment will help you connect with them better, for sure. Which is interesting because sometimes people connect better with their guides when they're like in desperate need of help. All right, just catching up. That's funny. That's awesome, Michael. I kind of feel like I'm the same way. Might never get to the guessing game tonight. Thank you, Erica. I mean, I would definitely say to join me on Thursday, because on the nights when people are not expecting me, I definitely get a lot less people. And then obviously our member-only lives will hopefully be a lot smaller too. All right, so we have Rebel Girl, Queen, and PM. I can see the bottom of the chat. What are Jesse's current thoughts about me? Marcia. This is one of the times that I'm actually getting like definitely interested. I feel like, not to like hate on you guys, not even that. It's just like I feel like a lot of people come out of desperation because they really want to connect with somebody, and it's like majority of the time it's not there. But Marcia definitely like feeling lots of sexual vibes coming from this person towards you. They're definitely interested. Let me just pull some cards for confirmation of how they feel about you. Like all sorts of naughty thoughts that I feel like I shouldn't be thinking. Is Jessie a female? I feel like Jessie is a female. Upgraded membership! Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, Cheyenne! Yay, Cheyenne's going to be joining us next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is our member-only live video. Let's see. No, a guy. I want to know them. LOL. Do you not know them? Well, they might be interested enough, like on an outside level, or maybe they're just horny enough, excuse my language, that they'd be interested. Oh, interesting. Okay. And so I pulled 2 cards of like feelings towards you. And this is a great card. This is like good thoughts going in the wishing well and good thoughts being manifested. So this is really about good intentions. So how they feel about you is good intentions right now. Like nothing bad, nothing you need to be afraid of. I also pulled the coming apart card, which to me is like, I feel like they're separating from other relationships. Even if it's not like they're in a current relationship, it's like they're energetically getting away from another relationship to where they can be better for you or just for anybody. And then I'm just going to ask how how you can manifest it. I mean, with such strong vibes of this, I feel like this is just confirmation. You could definitely like start a conversation. I just have strength around it, Marcia. Like, I think you're too much in your head. I'm hearing though, get in front of them in person. Don't do like text message crap. I feel like it'll just get like ignored. Anything else from Marcia? You're not giving yourself enough credit, Marcia. You're in your head about like why this person wouldn't want you. I don't think that's the case at all. Follow-up question I would ask yourself though is like, is this a good relationship? But I mean, I got good intentions, so I don't think it's bad. Nothing to be afraid of. Be good, Johnny. I'm sure you have. Well, Johnny, it wasn't until you joined my Facebook group that I realized you're a girl. And for some reason in my head, you were always a boy. Which there's nothing wrong with it. I just had to like be like, oh, that's not who I just was imagining you as a man. Anyway. I free-handed a picture of one. So spot on. Oh, cool. I want to know. All right. PM, did you send like a question? Or were you just sending a small donation? Let me know. Oh, you guys are so nice to each other. There's a female guide I've heard. I think, yeah, Irina, I think that's definitely that astral. Somebody of the stars for sure. He's a Cancer, though, so he's sensitive. Oh. Woohoo! He's a soul connection. Ooh, interesting. Sounds like you know him. You guys reminded Cheyenne of the homework. Yeah. Cheyenne, if you can find an object for next member-only live, that's the homework. The only thing we do differently in those member-only lives is we start with like an exercise. Like practice. He would have to leave her. Facebook group. Ooh, it's such a long name. I need to like come up with something better. I think it's called the Intuitive Network for Psychic Development. Like forever ago, when I started, my like business name was the Intuitive Network, and it was so vague and like I don't even know what it was, but then it was Lauryn's Intuitive Services, and then my guides just told me one day, they're like, Psychic Lauryn, just do it, just claim the name. I was like, okay. Anyway, all right, I'm caught up finally. Oh my god. We're gonna do one free reading, and we're no more we're capping it off after that. So thank you for those of you guys who stayed so long. Let's do a free reading. I am thinking of was that too hard? I'm thinking of a state in the United States. If you can guess the state that I'm thinking of, then you get a reading. I saw that PM. I didn't see your question. Let me know what your question is. And I will get to that before this free reading. Yay. You sent in super chat. Yeah, I saw it. Hang on. Let me make sure nobody's gotten it. I did see your super chat, PM. I just need the question. I didn't see it. I'm surprised. Normally this one gets guessed pretty quickly. I'm going here in 3 weeks. I don't know states. I'm sorry. You're California. You got it, Sir Jester. Oh, silly rabbit. You're so close. Let me just double check that there wasn't anybody that guessed California. I'm going to California in 3 weeks. I'm so excited. It's the first vacation I've been on in like 2 years. Honestly, kind of worried about COVID. I feel like I should cancel it, but I'm like, but I want to go so bad. Yeah, let me just double check. So PM, I see the 199, but I don't see the question. Might just have to repaste it for me. Yeah. Maybe what I'll do, because I love you guys for sticking around so long, I'll do one last kind of group reading. I'll do that for you guys. So we'll do one last sort of everybody reading that sticks around. Who got California? Sir Jester. So Sir Jester, let me know if you have a question. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be wearing masks. I'm most concerned about the plane. The issue is that I have a 1-year-old who will not wear a mask. I've tried to just like test it out, but he's just like, what the? It's like, what are you doing to me, Mom? So I'm more concerned about him because he's not vaccinated, and I'm worried I'm going to be risking him to go on this little family trip. But other than the plane, we're not going to be around very many people. Thanks, Lauryn. Any advice from source? Yes, let's do it. We're going to do Sir Jester, and then I'll do kind of like one reading to try to answer all of your guys' questions, and you can sort of pick and choose from that sort of general reading. Which one is it? Is he doing it too much? Yes. Okay. So, Sir Jester, I got the One Ring Circus. So whenever this card comes up, it's like you are trying to do all things. You're trying to be all people, wear all the hats. You're just like, I'm going to be the whole circus. I'm going to be the ringmaster. I'm going to be the elephant. I'm going to be everything. And I think your guys are calling you. And what's funny is I'm shaking my computer too much. Sorry. I don't feel like this is saying like to bring in outside people. I feel like this is actually to bring in your spiritual team. Like I'm hearing co-creation. This card is all about manifestation. It's about like, hey, I have this idea. This is what I want. These are my dreams. These are my hopes. These are my goals. And I want to manifest them into reality. And instead of trying to do it all physically here yourself, it's about asking your guides for help. It's about asking them to show you how to manifest these things. Like, meet me halfway. You do some of the work too, not just all me. And I think you live so long with just feeling like, oh, it's all on me to do. But you have like an energetic, spiritual team on the other side willing to help you. Like all you have to do is ask. Anything else that he needs to know? I feel like this message might have been for some of you. Like this is within all of us. We have this wizard of awareness within all of us where we are connected to our intuition. This is literally the wizard that manifests, which is so similar to this card. And the only thing about somebody who realizes they're a wizard versus somebody who realizes they're not or doesn't realize it is it's about like tapping into your own inner power and understanding that there are energetic forces that can help you. Because if this were in reversed, it's like, oh, I don't know how to tap into that. I don't know that I can manifest things. But they're trying to encourage you and be like, no, you do. You are this magical wizard who can manifest anything they want. There's nothing, like, I feel like you have this idea that, like, you have to do it all, or maybe, like, XYZ has to line up, like, the timing of everything has to be perfect, or you have to wait on other people or a job or your family or something to happen before you can have what you want. But they're just saying, like, we work magic on this side. We can help you. It doesn't have to be all you. And they're trying to, like, take the weight off your shoulders. And I feel like once you understand this, it's like you'll start manifesting things and you'll realize how much easier it is to manifest. Now, I don't want to project this glorified, amazing manifesting ability on you, because I think sometimes we really struggle with that and connecting with our guides and understanding that, like, we're not always 100% connected to that, and that's okay. But if you're trying and if you're aware of it, I think that's what happens. Okay, PM, there are changes in management. Will I still be employed for the next 5 years? Yeah, PM, I did answer that. I did answer your question, so you might just have to like go and catch up with it. It was very delayed. Everyone can vouch for me. I did read that. And I think people were even reading it in the comments. But you sent the additional like $1.99. So if you have like a yes or no question, let me know what additional information you want to know. I am the circus. I'm a magical wizard. Yes, affirm it. Oh, I know, Yurka. I was so worried that it was going to cut out. Send me magic powers. Okay. PM, if you have like a yes or no question, because I did answer that other one, let me know. For the rest of you, to kind of wrap up tonight, what I will do is a general reading for everybody. So think about your question. You can throw it up in the chat. You can just throw it out to the universe energetically. Whatever it was that you would have asked if you would have won the reading. I'm just going to let you guys connect to that and send it to your guides. One of you is like putting it in an envelope and handing it to your guide. I feel like this is like an email service or like a snail mail service. And release your question, let it go. But since you donated more PM, if you have like a yes or no question, I did answer it though. You might just have to like go find it. Sorry. Maybe you were like not on at that moment. All right, but I'm going to read everyone's questions. Try to answer it the best I can. You're just making it hard on me. They're saying pile 1, 2, 3. Connect with pile 1, 2, or 3. Pile 1. I guess that's more efficient. More personalized readings. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. No question, just donation. Awesome. Thank you, PM. I promise I did it. I promise I'm not glancing over you. I think in short, it was kind of about how you have time. You're going to have time to like find your next move, but it was about people pleasing for the current moment, but everything is just going to shift energetically long term. So if you can find me talking about anything like that, you'll see. And I think people in the chat were also like chiming in on it. All right. Pile number 1. I was literally going to say the answer to this is all about independence. And look what I pulled again. One ring circus, an eagle. Is it eagle like literally independence? I think it is. At least in an American sense of the word. Whatever you guys are asking, this is all about coming back to you. Coming back to you, trusting your own intuition, not anyone else. In your independence lies your strength. In your independence lies the answer to this situation. So if this is about a relationship, or should I do this or should I not do this, it's all about connecting to yourself. I'm hearing asking what you want, asking for what you truly want is going to help you decide. Anything else with pile number 1? It's all about getting quiet with yourself and not necessarily putting so much on other people's opinions, or it's like, you know the best way to handle this. Stop waiting for permission for other people. Pile number 2. I pulled the flying card in reverse. Then I pulled the bag of marbles. What? I feel like I need to read the book for this. Hang on. Because I know what this card means upright, but I don't know what it means reversed. It's a gentle reminder that there are times to take flight and times to remain grounded. Oh, okay. And for now, you must avoid overreaching. There's still work to be done before you earn your wings. Be patient. I have to remember that. It's about being like grounded versus the flying. Avoid overreaching. So this is like that Greek mythology or myth it was about like Icarus who flew too close to the sun and got burned. And I feel like that's kind of the energy with this. So if you're wondering about a situation, I would definitely take it as a sign to like step back, maybe reassess the situation. Bag of marbles. I'm just gonna pull the book on this one too. Partly because I feel like there's a message in it that I wouldn't know, and my guides are also wanting me to like learn the author's intent behind these cards. And these cards are all listed in my links down below. This is the psychic reading cards. Focus, center, and be organized. How is that in relation to marbles? You need to relax and focus on the smaller details of your life. At times, life can be overwhelming with its fast pace. This is a sign that you need to slow down and recenter your thoughts in order to calm your soul. How perfect is that? 2 different cards from like 2 different decks that basically say the same thing. What does that have to do with marbles, though? Like, what? I don't get that. You can absolutely resonate with more than one pile. Brains said one and then all of them. Interesting. Okay, so pile number 3, I pulled wide open in reverse. So to me, that's like you're not being wide open. You're not being open to all the messages, all of the signs that are coming through. It's like you're not hearing or listening to your guides on some of the answers to this. I don't feel like this is everybody. I feel like this is just a select number. And then I pulled the hands card, which to me, this is like write, create, like do automatic writing, do automatic drawing, like do something with your hands intuitively, like Reiki even, receive Reiki. Doing something along those lines is going to help you open up more intuitively. I feel like there's definitely some blocks going on with like pile number 3. So maybe this week's video will come like with such perfect timing. I'm just looking at the numbers here too. Lots of like 6s all around. So let me do the Astro Dice for everybody. Astro Dice for everybody. This is Virgo, which is funny because we are in Virgo season. This is all about analyzing, getting organized, like nitpicking things to where you feel like they're perfect. Like that energy is definitely needed. And then what planet is this? Saturn, learning. So a lot of this stuff, we need to just learn and gain new knowledge, gain new resources around it. Maybe that's why we're feeling stuck or not clear on the answer. It's because we need to learn the new way forward, how to handle it. Ooh, and then this is in the 8th house, which is letting go, regeneration. Lots of circular energy. So it's like coming back to things that we feel like we should have already learned, but we need to let go. So it's learning from those past mistakes, learning from those cycles, learning what we need to let go, really getting analytical about it instead of just kind of like, one day I'll think about that and figure it out. It's being way more practical, like really like writing it out on paper if you need to, so you feel like you can properly let it go. That was kind of for everybody. The Astro Dice. Let me just pull one last book divination for everybody. Ooh, create a pause structure for your group. I feel like this is for me. With you guys. It's an inner group. When we first set up our inner group, we found it helpful to agree on some guidelines for how our meetings would be structured. Blah, blah, blah. If you're putting together a group of people who are dedicated to inner development, take some time in the beginning to arrange a format that will work for the members and for the group as a whole, then be open to changing the structure as the group evolves. That's totally for me. So feedback? Do Do I need to hear it? Feedback on these lives or even our member-only lives? Let me know. Apparently, I'm doing something that could be better. Let me know. I feel like I need to be open for that. Need to create music, but I'm blocked in creativity and inspiration. Good night, Cheyenne. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next Tuesday. Feedback. Yes. I feel like that wasn't even for you guys. I feel like that was totally for me. And they were like, this group isn't working in a way it should. So have them tell you what's not working. Alrighty, you guys. Man, I went for a long time. So long. But I'm glad to do it. This is the last of our August lives. I will be on this Thursday, and that'll be kind of our last live for August for this week. And then back in September, I will be back to doing one a week. Next week is just weird because it's like the Tuesday is the last day of August, so that will be our member-only lives. Our member-only lives are always the last Tuesday of the month. So it'll probably, if you're not a member, you probably won't see me at all next week. So it might be a bit of a stark contrast, but if you want to jump in and see me anyway, remember to join that member-only live. Found the most successful groups happen when I just flowed with the energy of the day. Ooh, that is good feedback for sure. Sometimes I try to do the structure of like what I do every time. More homely. I totally agree. That's how I feel about my member-only videos too. I feel like I talk and do those videos a little bit differently than I do my normal ones. Ooh, that's good feedback. Thank you, Silly Rabbit. Good night, Michael. Thank you guys for sticking around for so long. I appreciate you all. I think there's something about also it being a little bit more private. Not everybody can like find and watch those videos. That creates a little bit more of a safe space for sure. Excuse me. Man, I lost my voice tonight. I was not expecting so many donations, but that was awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you, Silly Rabbit. Let's see what else. So next time I will be on Thursday night, followed by Friday. We should have a pick a card reading up and live. That is going to be all about what is currently blocking you psychically. And I did encourage you to like try to figure that out before the video comes, but I did make it with the intention that it would be timeless. So if you feel like you're blocked a year from now, theoretically you could come back to this video, pick a pile, maybe it's a different pile, and hopefully there would be some sort of answer there when you unblock yourself. So good night, Lori. Let's see. Stay connected with me on Facebook, on Instagram. Feel free to subscribe here. I feel like everyone who's in here now is probably already subscribed. And yeah, members only live next Tuesday. Make sure to do your homework ahead of time. For those of you who are not yet joined or you're about to join, you should see it in the community page. And if your notifications are not on, it will not remind you. So you really have to be proactive about either putting it in your calendar or your phone or turning on all of your YouTube notifications so you don't want to miss it. And then we also have our next member only video coming up on the 15th of September. So bring your guys' ideas for what you want to see for that video. I have a few ideas and I'm just going to keep doing them. But if you guys would rather see something else, bring it to the table. Let me know. I am going to put Erin's podcast in the comments down below if you want to watch her podcast or listen to her podcast that's coming out on Friday. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. 12:48 lunchtime. I'm gonna get some Chinese. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm gonna go to bed. Alrighty, you guys. I will see you Thursday and next Tuesday. Have a good one. Adios.